है। अब अनूप जी, आप सर पाम ऑयल को बहुत क्लोजली ट्रैक करते हैं और हम सबसे बड़ा इंपोर्टर पाम का है। इंडिया बहुत बड़ा इंपोर्टर है पाम का, और इंडोनेशिया और मलेशिया ये दो सबसे बड़े प्रोड्यूसर हैं पाम के वर्ल्ड में। पाम का सिचुएशन इस वक्त क्या है? क्योंकि मलेशिया से कल मेरी बात हो रही थी, उनका कहना था कि लेबर का शॉर्टेज है, वो कितना हद तक अभी सॉर्ट आउट हो चुका है, और ओवरऑल क्या सिचुएशन आपको पाम को लेकर लग रहा है?
अगर मुझे इजाज़त हो, because we have some foreigners.
Yeah, you can, yes.
Can I speak in English?
Yes.
Just for the benefit of all, particularly our guests from abroad. I got roped into this panel. I don't know how. I just, when I landed here, Sudhakar asked me that I'm there, and well, I'm grateful that he's given this opportunity. But if you want me to predict prices, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to give is some indication as to what is actually happening on the ground. And then it's for everyone to decide where the market should go, what should happen. And I'm speaking from a practical point of view. We are basically merchandisers, traders, so we do not have any particular source of supply, a plantation, or a source of definite supply. We do have tank terminals, and therefore we have a pretty good idea as to what is actually happening on the ground. So first thing is the availability of palm, both in Malaysia and Indonesia. I can tell you in the last month or two particularly, and it's been going on for some time, particularly after the easing of the Indonesian situation, which was full of confusion all the time. After they've got rid of most of their stocks with great difficulty, we are finding that we cannot get large volumes from Indonesia. In other words, where you could buy, let's say, 20,000 tons in one go, you get parcels of 5,000, 4,000, maybe 10,000 at the most at any particular point in time. And Indonesia being a very large country with 14,000 islands, not all of them produce palm oil, but the exports are from different ports. The availability is not consistent again. It's, different ports. So logistics has become a huge problem. As far as Malaysia is concerned, similar thing. But Malaysia is a slightly different cup of tea, because we are talking about, as far as exports of CPO are concerned, from East Malaysia, which generally should go to the East, which means China, and they have a dedicated thing to Europe, but palm oil out of East Malaysia has also flown into India purely by default because of the Indonesian situation. So that is the current situation as far as availability is concerned. Production seems to have peaked out in Indonesia. Definitely also, almost peaked out in Malaysia. So I do not, this is not unusual. This is also a seasonal situation. So availability in terms of production, we are not going to see any major upturns till about March, April or so. So on one hand, the availability coming out is low, production we are getting into lower production period. Then we look at the other major thing, which is spreads. All the speakers before us have said they haven't seen this kind of a spread for a long time. And in any case, 400 or 350 or $300 spread between soft oils and palm definitely is a clear indication that palm is well priced. Palm does not need to really go off the radar. If it can maintain its prices, and if at all, it's the soft oils which which will come lower, or the spread, even if it narrows, palm is still in a better position. It's also quite easy to forget, and I think which most people have forgotten. Just about 4 months ago, Mr. Bajoria will bear me out on that. We had palm being traded into India at close to $1,900, $1,900 to $2,000. We're now at what, $950 or $975 as of day before, which is being offered. I mean, the consumer needs to, I mean, they lose track of the fact that from $2,000, almost you're down by 50%, 100% to $900. It's a no-brainer. You should consider what it is. The other aspect is of the biodiesel. Soft oils, the EPA, that's the US rule, has to, by the end of November, they should actually come out with the EPA should come out by that, and then by June it'll be, they will know exactly how much will go in. But knowing the US situation, as it is almost about, it's almost certain that the consumption of soybean oil in biodiesel will go up in the US. And you heard Alex Tan also mention about the flow of the oil from Canada into the US. And that tells you that given this government's, the current administration's preference on renewable energy and not being friendly to the petroleum sector, is definitely a clear indication that they will do everything possible to make full use of the soybean oil. So that's yet another point which we need to keep in mind. Consumption. I read a report which I'm not sure whether it can be confirmed, but I believe the Indian marriage sector alone uses edible oils to the extent of $130 billion